It's midnight, and you find yourself alone at a desolate crossroads under a full moon. The air is heavy, the night eerily quiet. Out of the shadows, a figure emerges. They offer you a choice: fame and glory beyond imagination in exchange for your soul. What would you do? This is the legend of Robert Johnson, the man who allegedly struck a deal with the devil and became one of the greatest blues musicians of all time. But was this just a tale born out of mystery, or is there more to the story? Welcome to Mystery Junkie. Today, we dive deep into the eerie and fascinating story of Robert Johnson, a tale steeped in music, folklore, and the supernatural. If you're intrigued by stories like this, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us for more explorations into the unknown. Born in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, in 1911, Robert Leroy Johnson was raised amidst the hardships of the Deep South. His early years were tough, marked by poverty and personal loss. He showed an interest in music early on, but by most accounts, his skills were unremarkable. However, something changed by the time Johnson re-emerged on the blues scene. He was playing guitar with such unparalleled skill that it left listeners in awe. This transformation forms the foundation of the legend that he sold his soul to the devil. According to folklore, Johnson wanted to become a great musician but lacked the talent. The story goes that he was instructed to take his guitar to a crossroads at midnight. There, he encountered a mysterious figure, some say the devil himself, who tuned his guitar and granted him extraordinary musical abilities in exchange for his soul. This tale wasn't unique to Johnson. The crossroads have long been a symbol in African American folklore and hoodoo traditions, representing a place where spirits could be summoned and deals could be made. But Johnson's story is the one that endures, blending perfectly with his haunting lyrics and enigmatic life. Before his alleged deal, Johnson was reportedly mocked for his lack of talent. Fellow musicians like Son House claimed he was merely average at best. Then, Johnson vanished for several months. When he returned, his playing was nothing short of miraculous. People couldn't believe the improvement. His fingers danced across the guitar strings, producing sounds that seemed almost supernatural. Johnson's contemporaries described his music as otherworldly, and his lyrics, filled with themes of darkness, loss, and torment, only added fuel to the fire. Johnson's music is one of the key reasons the Devil at the Crossroads legend persists. Many of his songs contain eerie and suggestive themes. Crossroad Blues, a haunting tale of a man at a crossroads, pleading for mercy. Me and the Devil Blues, a chilling song about waking up to find the devil knocking at the door. Hellhound on My Trail, a desperate lament of being pursued by something sinister. These lyrics, combined with his soulful voice, made Johnson's music timeless. But they also painted him as a man haunted by the consequences of his supposed deal. Was he simply an artist channeling his pain into his work? Or was there a deeper, darker truth? The idea of selling one's soul for fame or talent isn't new. Across cultures, similar stories exist, where individuals strike supernatural bargains to achieve greatness. In Johnson's case, the story became larger than life because of his mysterious personality and the limited recordings he left behind. Interestingly, the concept of selling a soul might be a metaphor. Some believe Johnson's deal represented his commitment to mastering his craft, practicing obsessively to achieve what seemed like impossible progress. Others, however, insist there's no natural explanation for his rapid rise. Robert Johnson's life was as brief as it was brilliant. He died at just 27, joining the infamous 27 Club decades before the term became popular. The circumstances of his death remain mysterious. The most widely accepted theory is that he was poisoned by a jealous husband after flirting with the man's wife. However, there are no medical records to confirm this. Some accounts describe him writhing in pain for days before passing away, fueling speculation of supernatural retribution for his alleged pact. So, Was the Crossroads deal real? Or was it a convenient story to explain a young man's rise to fame? Many historians argue that the legend grew out of a combination of hoodoo beliefs, Johnson's rapid skill development, and the themes of his music. In the deeply religious communities of the South, stories of selling one's soul were cautionary tales, warning against worldly temptations. Still, the legend persists. Even today, the idea of making a deal with the devil continues to captivate audiences. It speaks to a universal fascination with the price of greatness and the boundaries we're willing to cross for it. Despite his short life, Johnson left an indelible mark on music. His recordings influenced generations of artists, including Eric Clapton, Keith Richards, and Bob Dylan. Clapton once referred to Johnson as the most important blues singer that ever lived. Johnson's music is celebrated not just for its technical brilliance, but for its emotional depth. He poured his soul into every note, creating a sound that feels timeless. Whether or not he made a deal with the devil, his impact on music is undeniable. Johnson's death at 27 added another layer to his mythos. Decades later, other legendary artists, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, would also die at the same age, fueling theories about the so-called 27 Club. Is it a coincidence, or is there a curse that haunts those who achieve greatness too soon? Johnson's story seems to fit perfectly into this chilling narrative, adding another reason his legend endures. Imagine standing at the crossroads of your own destiny. Would you trade your soul for greatness, knowing the cost? Robert Johnson's story forces us to confront this unsettling question. Was he just a man of extraordinary talent, or did he truly make a pact with the devil? Perhaps the truth doesn't matter. What does matter is the power of his music and the lasting impression of his legend. Before you go, let us know in the comments. Do you think Johnson's deal was real? Or was it just a story born of myth and mystery? Don't forget to subscribe for more chilling tales like this one. And remember, every legend has a grain of truth. Imagine being at a crossroads, faced with a choice that could define your legacy forever. Would you make a deal with the devil if it meant achieving greatness? Robert Johnson's story forces us to confront that tantalizing, chilling question, and it refuses to let us go. But as we look closer, we must ask, is this story about a man, a myth, or something far more profound? Johnson's incredible transformation remains one of music's greatest mysteries. How does a young man, once dismissed as mediocre, suddenly return with a mastery so profound that it's still unmatched? Was it relentless dedication behind closed doors, or was it something otherworldly? And why do his songs echo themes of torment, bargaining, and haunting pursuit? Take a closer listen to his lyrics. I gotta keep moving / blues falling down like hail. Is this the cry of a man chased by his inner demons, or a poetic hint of something sinister? Johnson's music is both a masterpiece and a riddle, leaving us with more questions than answers. The Crossroads are more than just a setting. They're a symbol, a metaphor, a gateway between the ordinary and the extraordinary. They've appeared in folklore for centuries, a place where boundaries blur and choices carry immense weight. Did Robert Johnson truly meet the devil at such a place? Or did this tale grow from the fertile ground of cultural storytelling? If it's all just a myth, why does it resonate so deeply with us? Maybe because we're all standing at our own crossroads in life, wondering what price we're willing to pay for our dreams. The Crossroads are not just Johnson's, they're ours too. Johnson's story isn't just about music, it's a cautionary tale. Whether it's true or not, the idea of selling one's soul for success forces us to consider the cost of ambition. How far would you go to achieve greatness? And what happens when the price comes due? If Johnson did make a deal, the terms were steep. He gained fame and mastery but died young. His life cut tragically short at 27. Was his untimely death a coincidence? Or was it the inevitable cost of his bargain? Fact or folklore, Robert Johnson's story has transcended its time, inspiring generations of musicians and captivating the imagination of fans worldwide. He is proof that a legend doesn't have to be true to hold power. Even now, we're left wondering, did his music come from sheer genius? Or was it born out of something darker? Here's the boldest question of all. Does the truth matter? Whether Johnson made a deal with the devil or not, his story endures because it speaks to something universal. The lengths we'll go to for greatness and the sacrifices we're willing to make. So, what's your take? Was Robert Johnson a man of extraordinary talent? Or was he someone who dared to tread the line between this world and the next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're intrigued by mysteries like this, hit subscribe. After all, every legend begins with a question, and sometimes the answers are scarier than the story itself.